Duke has won 4 in a row in this series. Virginia all in orange, Duke in the gray on the road with the blue numbers, and Virginia starts off with the basketball.
And Jen, that will be a big difference in this game. Virginia, of course, with not a lot of depth, and Duke will go at least 10 deep off their bench.
Yeah, the depth and the balance of this Duke team. Duke got it. Really good look there, just missed the layup. That was part of the problem Carol Lawson talked to us about on Thursday at North Carolina. Virginia says that is how it's done. Jackson got herself a lane. And then finally, the Blue Devils get their first points.
Delaney Thomas has played really well over the last couple of games in an expanded role with Fournier out due to injury, and of course Fournier's back, but Thomas has looked great.
Checks in for Duke. That Virginia's trying to do a little bit of that back to them as well, and so far, so good. Right. Fournier's a different beast, though.
You had the double, Brianna Hurd with a block, and
Mair back out to Jackson, 4 to shoot. She does the honors, nothing but net. Number 5, the 6th player of the year last year for the Blue Devils as a freshman, asking for it now. Drives the lane with her, has it blocked.
She got all ball, basically no contact, just swatted that thing into the stands.
How about Virginia already with 4 blocks in this first quarter? They average 5 per game. Johnson baited the defense, took her time. Blue Devils trying to make something happen inside. They have to kick it back out, 2 to shoot for Jackson. Around and in.
That's why people play zone, to keep you out of the paint. So good job by Ashlyn Jackson.
Spin to Lattimore, who reaches up high to grab it and put it away. Door is there. Okananwa goes streaking through it. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Tied at 9 now after a slow start offensively for both teams. Fournier grabs the offensive rebound. Has it blocked this time. 0 for 8 for Fournier on Thursday. 0 for 3 to start this game. Gets herself a good look here, and there's the finish with the left. Johnson saw a little bit of daylight and knocks down the 3. Well, the two teams were 0 for 9 combined from 3 in the first quarter. Tough to win a lot of games when you're not making many shots.
Right.
Lattimore gave it up, and Royan takes advantage.
By Latasha Lattimore. She went up with one hand and grabbed that thing out of the air, and then a great presence of mind to make that pass.
And Duke with the answer. Intensity they're bringing on the defensive end, too. They knew they were going to have to bring it the way that this Duke team plays defense. You have to match that. McGee, yes! Kelly, I think she was wanting to give it to you right there, but couldn't get the three-pointer to drop. Duke will try one from the corner. There's their first triple, and boy, was it needed. Johnson's been able to find him. Now she drives herself, kicks it again to Lattimore. McGee with the shot clock expiring.
Falling out of bounds, to have the athleticism to get that ball to Lattimore, and a great decision by Lattimore to make the extra pass. McGee hits it.
Johnson and Lattimore finding one another so well. Oh, she's got that in her bag, too.
Latasha Lattimore says, I want to get in on the action. Pick and pop, step back 3. This team is hot.
Richardson, good ball movement by the Blue Devils, trying to get that look they want. That could be it. They have one in their house today. Number 14 Duke coming off their first ACC loss. Virginia back-to-back ACC wins. Looking for more at JPJ today. Blue Devils coming off their first ACC loss on Thursday night on the road at their rivals in Chapel Hill. And that's a good way to start the quarter.
To see that when you make a great play by Richardson, a great pass ahead, and quite a few missed layups in this game so far for Duke, similar to the UNC game. Yeah, and of course, getting those turnovers and getting out and running, that's what we know Duke wants to do, but Virginia trying to do the same. That three would have brought the house down.
Johnson, Noyan, and Lattimore, who has it now, spinning. Clark with the drive, and it's good.
And Jim, we've talked about Virginia's bench being a bit shorter due to injuries. They've played 7 players, but sometimes as a player, it's a little freeing to have a short bench. And Reagan Richardson.
Blue Devils getting into the paint and getting 2 more points. Things happen to start this third quarter. Virginia has answered, and they're looking for it right here with Lattimore. Had the perfect setup, gets her own rebound. Lattimore showed off her range, but this time gets to the basket. Spin, but can't put it in. Quickly the other way. 4 to shoot, pass to Lattimore, assist to Mo.
Off the defense, found Latasha Lattimore.
Woo.
Good grief, Virginia.
Under 27% for the first half from the floor. Mair got it out to Okananwa, who knocks down the 3.
Able to find Okananwa for an open 3.
Paris Clark has gone to the bench for Virginia, but Lattimore is...
We cannot wait. We're going to be in South Bend. We'll be at Notre Dame, Georgia Tech. And of course, you know, I'm going to just stay in Coach's basement. So I assume she'll make some breakfast for me in the morning. Have coffee ready, right? You don't allow Duke to get out in transition, which is great. That's what you want to avoid if you're Virginia.
Okananwa into the paint, a last-second pass.
And Duke has a couple California kids, so we send, you know, our thoughts to them as well if they know anybody or if their families are dealing with some of these fires. This would be a quad 1 win, which would be huge for Virginia in terms of their resume. They've got to get that net up. You've got to be at least around 60, 70 to be considered an at-large.
8 on the shot clock. Virginia looking to extend. They can. Noyan battling for the rebound. There's the putback. But I think that says so much, Kelly. It's the largest gift ever to women's basketball. We've not been given a number, but what it can allow this team to do. Okananwa hit the 3 to start the fourth quarter. Now makes a nice move to the basket.
The answer is yes, Jen. I think she's got to look for her shot a little more. And I know Duke's trying to be all over her, but they've got to look for Kamora Johnson. But hey, Olivia McGee.
Blue Devils swept the 2 meetings between these 2 schools last season. Vanessa De Jesus. Johnson trying to go one-on-one off the inbounds and does. Johnson lost control and managed to get an assist out of it.
Well, Jim, we talked about how Kamora needed to take over. She falls down.
Virginia Tech and Wake Forest start you off, then it is Notre Dame and Syracuse. Finally, Cal and NC State. Once again, stay 2-point lead for Virginia, and they got a little sloppy on the inbounds. Duke ties it up.
That's a very risky pass. Virginia's last 2 wins, they've been in control pretty much the whole game. So can they buckle down and realize, okay, we've let Duke make a run, but we still have every chance in the world to win this game. Duke, they've struggled for most of the game, but Taina Mair knocks down a big 3.
7-0 Duke Blue Devil run to give them this 3-point lead in the fourth. Fournier make it a 9-0 Blue Devil run, and there is a timeout on the floor.
Jen, it also speaks to the talent that Kara Lawson has acquired. I mean, there are very few teams that would bring Oluchi Okananwa or Toby Fournier off the bench. So it's part of her roster construction and how she's put this program together.
Clark left open for 3. Can't put it through, and then it's just given away. Great effort by Noyan, but gives it to Duke. Okananwa! 17 points now for Oluchi Okananwa. 14 of those coming in the second half. Johnson for 3. Off the glass and in! Mair takes the quick shot, well off the mark. Virginia's ready to run. Clark Shot clock at 5 for Richardson. Back to Mair. That is a dagger for Duke.
Taina Mair with 2 massive threes in this game, and then the costly turnover for Virginia.
And then the Duke defense rearing its head again as well. This Duke team has come back in this fourth quarter in particular. A performance for Virginia they'll feel was good enough to win this game up until this fourth quarter where Duke put up 21 points.